You don't go to the hospital, you don't go to the doctor to get healthy. You go there to recover, or you go there for check-ins, but you really get healthy on the day-to-day.
Healthy Fit family, all right, here we are today. Listen, now you know me, I love to work out, that's my thing. And I always said, well, I don't really need a trainer because I can watch YouTube and I know what I'm doing. But lies! Let me tell you, I have to track down this young lady because at the end of the day, I did an assessment with her. And come to find out, I'm not working out as great as I thought I was. She had me do some little weird exercises and was able to tell me about my glutes and my posture. I was like, wait, what? Personal trainers do that? No. She does that because she has more certification. So she's gonna tell you why it's important for those things. And I'm so excited for this. It's called Fight to Be Fit DC. She's all over DC. She just did a boot camp this morning and she still looks beautiful. So I'm excited to bring it to you because actually, I think you might want to check out a personal trainer. I don't know. We'll get her opinion. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I couldn't really get her. Listen. But I love her because she's like, oh, you want to interview people? And she's always hooking me up. So she is the health plug. You just don't know. All right. So Marita. Okay. First of all, I don't think people know. I did not know. She's a medical exercise specialist. What is that? Because I know what a personal trainer is, but if you could just tell us what that is, that'd be great.
Absolutely. So a medical exercise specialist is able to work with people who are symptomatic, okay? Technically, as a personal trainer, you're really only supposed to work with people who are asymptomatic, meaning like the general fitness person, everything feels good, everything's functioning well, they're good to go, no past injuries. Unfortunately, majority of people don't function that way. Majority of people have some postural issues. Majority of people have had minor injuries or larger injuries, okay, one or the other. So I'm able to work with this person after they've done physical therapy. I take the role of getting them stronger, okay, getting them, tackling whatever their issue may be, okay, whatever their injury may be, getting them stronger from that, okay, keeping that injury in mind, but also looking at the whole body, okay. So when they're going to physical therapy, most of the time, the physical therapist is just focusing on that one issue. But when they come to us, we're able to look at the entire body and then sometimes also look at why they even got injured to begin with in the first place, okay? And tackle those issues. So a lot of times that's more important and that's also gonna keep them from getting re-injured. So,
oh, wow. See, I told you. She went a whole lot deeper than I was ready for. I thought we were gonna just do a workout. But she was like, well, no. Are you walking this way? Do you have knee injuries? That's really good. We're gonna understand a little bit more about that. But I need you to explain to us, why'd you even get into fitness and then you took it a step further to look at the whole body and go to the medical part of it?
Okay, so I got into fitness, I'll start there. I got into fitness after I had been competing on the amateur level in boxing. So I was in the gym a lot. I was in a lot of different gyms. At the time I was doing event management. But I really wanted to be on my feet more. Like it was hard for me to be in an office. I needed to be moving around. At the time I was actually thinking about medical school. So I'm like, okay, I was like, well, you know, I want to work with people and get them healthier. You know, I was like, that's kind of parallel to, you know, as a personal trainer, that's kind of parallel to what physicians do, kind of, sort of. So I was like, I want to get into that. And then about 3 years ago, so I've been in the industry for actually 10 years now, almost 10 years. And for the past almost 3 years, I've been in medical exercise. And I really just wanted to take it a step further. Kind of filled in the gap, because there was things I knew as a personal trainer I didn't know. I didn't know how to tackle this, I didn't know how to tackle that. And like you see how different people move, and everybody has some kind of issues. Like rarely does somebody come and they're just like ready to go, you know, everything's working the way they're working. That doesn't generally happen. So, you know, the medical exercise part was it just kind of filled in the gap and really get to the nitty gritty of what was going on. Not just try to get them fit and try to get them stronger, but like, let's take it a few steps back and let's get down to the foundation of what is going on. Let's get down to the fundamentals and start there and then build someone up.
Wow. When you say you look at their whole body, are you talking about their nutrition or?
So we're not tackling nutrition as a trainer. And if a trainer is tackling a whole lot of nutrition, you really should go to a registered dietitian. So that's another conversation. Because unless you're talking to somebody who's a registered dietitian, those are the only ones who are certified to talk to you extensively about nutrition. Like I give people general nutrition advice, general like this is what you should and should be eating. This is how you want to have a well-balanced. This is what a well-balanced diet looks like. But I refer out to a registered dietitian, which is really the way it should be. Is everybody should kind of stay in their own scope of practice, because I think that's when we run into a lot of issues. And that's So we won't go down that road, but yeah, that's
okay. So I get it.
That's another conversation. But as far as looking at the total body, it's just that, like, for example, if somebody comes in, for, let's say they, tore their rotator cuff. They went through physical therapy. They're doing a little better. So I'll focus on that, gain that, continue to work on getting that rotator cuff stronger, okay? Gain their back stronger. But let's see what's going on with that core. Let's see what's going on with those glutes. Let's work at the total body. So that's more what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Our whole body and movement in general.
Right.
I'm telling y'all, because I was not ready. I thought I was fit, and she was like, "You're a little off." Wait, what? Me?
She was pretty fit. She's been a little hard on herself. I had a few pointers for her, but she was doing all right.
But it was good. It was really good. So, and I was also at an event she was at. You know how trainers do? They be like, "Oh, we're gonna go so far." She was taking us on a run. We ain't gone a mile and a half. She's like, just a little further. We ended up doing the whole 3 miles.
That was a plan.
With her. But that's good. Yes. Well, that's good, to have someone to push you. But when we were there, she had these bands. She was giving out these bands, and I was really excited because I was like, oh, these are great, but what are we supposed to do with these bands? Everybody doesn't wonder. Everybody doesn't know. So I asked Rita to make sure that she explains to us what we could do with bands and how we could get fit with them.
So there's a ton of things that you can do with these bands. We were just talking about the rotator cuff.
What is that?
So the rotator cuff is part of the shoulder girdle. You have several muscles that go over the shoulder blade. Okay. So when we're strengthening the rotator cuff, we'll go ahead and we can do like external rotation, which I don't know how well you can see this without me.
Yeah.
So if you're here and you're pulling out, I'm gonna have you hold on to this actually.
Okay.
So if you're here, you have a little space underneath the arm, you're pulling out, okay? That's working the rotator cuff there. Okay?
That's gonna strengthen our shoulders. And
so this is actually the muscles that go right over the shoulder blade.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Is that good if we're sitting at our desk?
You could do this if you're sitting at your desk, but also just strengthening the back as a whole. You can go ahead and pull this apart, squeeze those shoulder blades together, bring it back. Okay, so just strengthening the back is really important. So sometimes people get slumped over a lot. Yeah, so you want a little more back strength. You can do that.
Oh, just with the band.
So yeah, just something really easy you can do with it. Yeah, and you can also do that without a band too, just squeezing the shoulder blades together, holding it for a few seconds, relaxing. I give that to a lot of people because it's something easy they can do anywhere they're at, just to strengthen the back. So the idea is that we do a lot of pushing forward. Okay, we're always moving forward and whatever we do. We don't do a lot of moving back. So actually when you're working out, when you're designing your workout, you want to do a 2 to 3 ratio, meaning that you do 3 back exercises for every 2 chest exercises you do.
Oh, really?
So you're working that back a little bit more.
Oh. Yes, to make sure that I knew that my whole posterior chain, everything in the back from top down, was weaker than the front. And that's normal, right?
It's typical.
Okay. Typical person. Well, that was good. Oh, thank you. So when you get these bands, if you're at an event, she has these. Make sure you ask. That was pretty cool because I really wanted to know. But I also want to know, what advice would you give for people? Because she really works with people that might have some sort of injury that they're getting over with. I didn't think I had any, but I think with my lifestyle, I sit down a lot at the office, and I guess maybe I'm hunched over. She was really able to show how my lifestyle is affecting the way that I work out. So what kind of advice would you give people who want to get back into it, but they're kind of like, my knee, I don't want to do too much, my back,
I mean, if you're really, not sure of where to start, and you have some issues, okay, that your knees are hurting, I would definitely recommend working with a trainer. Definitely recommend working with a trainer. And if you have, like if you're having pain, you're afraid of getting injured or worsening the pain that you have, look up medical exercise specialists. You can definitely check out my website. It's fight2befitdc.com. If you're not in my area and don't want to train online, because I also do online training, you can also go to postrehab.com, and that's a certifying body. So it's if you go on there, you can learn about medical exercise specialists. I'm happy to answer questions from anybody. If anybody wants to reach out to me, I'm happy to help and at least point you in the right direction if you're not ready to get started on a program. Because that's a lot of times people they're like, oh, I want to work out, and they jump into something and they go into CrossFit or they go into a large fitness class, and they get injured. They're having trouble getting the results they want because they don't really know what they're doing. And that actually brings me to something, because I do workshops. And that's kind of the idea of my workshops. So I was like, I know not everybody's gonna train with me. I know not everybody's gonna even wanna work with a trainer, period. And that's fine, That's fine. And that's why I like doing these workshops, because in the workshops, I'm able to talk about these issues that are common that people have, and show people, hey, here are some exercises you can do to activate your glutes. Here are some things to look out for. So it's great for people who are like, okay, I just want to go to these classes. I just want to take these classes. I'm like, all right, well, just make sure you know these things about your body. Be more aware of your body and how your body works. Know if you have a knee injury, these are some of the things you can do. These are some things you need to focus on. These are things you need to look for, so that you're kind of armed, so to speak, with the toolbox when you go into these large group settings. Because I teach group classes too, and I've been fortunate that most of the group classes I've taught have been in a corporate fitness setting. So it's been smaller classes, but a lot of times you walk into a class and it's like 15 people. The best trainer isn't going to be able to be like, okay, tackle all these issues. Plus there's a lot of stuff that you need to be doing outside of that class. To make sure you're activating the right muscles, because you can have great form, but if you're not activating the right muscles, you're still setting yourself up for injuries. So I break it down. One workshop focuses on the glutes, another workshop focuses on the core, another workshop focuses on posture, which we were talking about a bit, another one on flexibility and mobility. So it's a 4-part workshop series. Each one's an hour. After the workshop, I'll go ahead and give you a review sheet. So you actually you leave with something, that you can refer back to. I have YouTube videos that I've personally made that you'll have links for on those, on that review sheet. So that can be really helpful as well. So,
Okay, guys. Now listen, I told you she was great when I met her. And I didn't know about the amateur boxing. We'll talk about that a little later. Now it makes sense for why, the founder, she is. It's called Fight to Be Fit DC. So I'm excited about that. But you got to tell us, aside from the workshops, is there any other services that you do?
So I do one-on-one training. I do online training. I do small groups. That's something that's actually not on my website, but if you reach out to me, if you have a group of friends that you want to get together and work out with, I can set that up for you too. And those rates aren't on my website. But the online training is one-on-one. It's actually have an app that I use. So you log in, you have your own profile, you have your own login, and I put the workouts on the calendar for you. Okay, and they're short. I keep the videos short because I don't want you sitting on your phone trying to fit, listening to. So they're very short workouts. It's just the exercise. If I feel like there needs to be some instructions, there's some instructions typed up on the side there for you to look at. But they're short, like 20-second, 30-second, 40-second max videos of what you need to do. So you can go through that. You can put in the weights that you're using.
She does everything. Connect with her, follow her. Sadi, you gotta tell us, how do we find you? Where are you located? We gotta follow you. What's going on?
So follow me. I'm on Instagram, Fight to Be Fit DC. That's also the name of my website as well. But yeah, definitely reach out to me and we'll figure out something that works.
All right, well, thank you so much. it's like to be fit, DC. I did not know that you're a boxer. We gotta talk. We'll talk about pants. Okay, you guys, share, tell other people about it. And I'm telling you, if you need a personal trainer in the area,